I've Seen Things. The movie from 1989. This is a fantastic, very special movie. It's offbeat from the start. First, you see the opening title, and it looks like maybe they're trying to replicate the title reveal from The Thing. And they nail it. And then there's kind of a dream sequence, but it could also be part of the story because it's this guy trying to obtain a baby through a deal with the devil, and that is something relevant to the plot for sure. The devil in this scene is played by a nude woman in a devil mask. Apparently the mask wasn't even part of it initially, which is wild because it's certainly essential to the scene. The filmmakers wanted nudity in the movie, so they hired a sex worker off the street, paid her a few bucks, but she didn't want to show her face, hence the mask. They found this devil mask, which turned out to be perfect. And at this point, I know you're probably thinking, a prostitute in a mask? Who made this movie? Wolf-Sothern? But no, it was Canadians. So anyway, this scene ends and we see the opening title again, 4 minutes after we already saw it. I guess the first time didn't count because that was for a dream/flashback. But the second time they show the opening title, they're serious. Here's the title of the movie again, but now we're in reality, or at least the reality of whatever dimension this movie crossed over from. A guy shows up at his brother's house with a friend, and he tells the friend to turn on the TV because his brother has cable and he gets the bestiality channel. I looked it up, and that is something that is real in Canada. A lot of cable providers have a bestiality channel. Then he says he's hot, and so he takes off his jacket and puts it in the freezer. Well, first he pulls a book out of the freezer.
All right, let's dig in. What's that, a book? Horror of 1,000 ugly, brutal cuts.
And then he puts in his jacket.
Getting kind of hot in here. Throw this in the freezer.
Storage, maybe.
It's a good place for it.
I know it sounds weird, but I genuinely had the thought, what a great idea. So you can still wear a jacket even when it's warm out. Like, you can wrap yourself in something cold. That's so smart. So then it cuts to porn star Amber Lynn, who is playing a newscaster named Amber Lynn. She cuts in throughout the film with random tidbits of news that don't have anything to do with anything. There's also a post-credits scene where she's just being herself and telling a story about how she was cast in 52 Pickup. Great film, by the way. And it's hilarious that it was included, and it's very cute. Anyway, we're like 8 minutes into the movie, and I will be covering the entirety of the film second by second. It cuts to a gory torture scene with new characters. Again, first time I watched this, I was very confused. For the first at least 20 minutes, I thought I was watching an anthology film. And by the way, there is an anthology film from 1993 that is also called Things. But on this watch, I figured out that the person doing the gory torturing is an evil doctor who helped the couple get pregnant through...
Dr. Lucas found a way to artificially impregnate her. Something went wrong.
So I don't know if the doctor is the naked woman devil or they're just partners or something, but he shows up at the house at the end of the movie to be like, it's not my fault, even though it totally is. And the thing that is not his fault is that the wife goes into labor, but a giant ant creature with long, sharp chrome teeth busts out of her instead of a baby. And then she dies before ever even having any speaking lines. So the ant creature multiplies somehow, and these are presumably the titular things. What is this movie about? It's simple. It's about things. And there's lots of mayhem. One of our three protagonists disappears into a cupboard.
What the fuck? Where's Fred? I think he went into the third, fourth, and fifth dimension.
But he shows back up later with a chainsaw to help kill the ant creatures. Insect creatures, I don't know. Who knows what they are? They're things. There's lots of cool stuff that happens. Lots of cool dialogue. Someone sharpens a knife with their hand. Someone tells a story about a creature that eats torsos.
It had a hunger that couldn't be satisfied until it ate every torso in the town.
Someone says the line, "Lost your train of thought, didn't I?" Which sounds wrong, but the more I think about it, it might make sense. Someone tells this joke in it.
I got one for you. How do you get paper children?
Paper children?
Yeah, how you get them? You fuck a bag lady.
It's not great, but it reminds me of my favorite joke that's ever been told in a movie from a shot-on-video short film called Dimension of Blood from 1996.
Say, Mr. Heidler, I got a good joke for you. It's Thursday night, 8 o'clock. A Jew goes out, kills an EIU agent, cuts his heart out and eats it. What's wrong with this little joke? Well, Jews don't eat pigs, EIU agents don't have hearts, and at 8 o'clock Thursday, everyone's home watching Friends.
That film is directed by Joe Sherlock, who went on to direct Things 5, the fourth sequel to the other movie called Things. And just in the last couple of years, Sherlock made a movie called Things with a Z. Still with me? Okay. The point is, shot on video horror or shot on Super 8, this is truly where the wild things are. And after this, I hope you're like, I'm thinking of starting things. You'll want to start a list called 10 Things I Hate About Anyone Who Hates Things.
The truth about cats and
Bratz! I didn't hear nothing at all. I just didn't want you to pour any whiskey on me. Lost your train of thought, didn't I?